Hello student, this is Mehnaz Khan with second part of the poem How to Tell Wild Animal composed by Carolyn Wells. Let us continue our explanation student. See the third stanza. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered. The poet is saying if strolling forth, strolling means moving casually, forth means to move forward. A beast you view means you are moving casually and then you find that you see a beast, you see a wild animal whose hide is skin, with spot is peppered means covered, spot means if his skin is covered with spots, there is all around spots on his skin. As soon as he had lapped on you, means as soon as you view that, you see that animal and it lapped on you. Lapped, the spelling of this word is changed. The right spelling is Leapt. Student, poets are having right to change the spelling of word to make a rhythm in their poem, to make a musical effect. This is called poetic license, and poet is using poetic license in this stanza. So this wild animal jump on you. Lap means jump on you. You will know it is the leopard. If it jump, then you will know that this is leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain. He will only lap and lap again. The poet is saying it will no good. Means you will not have any benefit if you roar with, if you cry with pain. It will not leave you. It will attack on you. It will eat you. He will only lap and lap again. He is used for leopard. He will jump on you, leap. The spelling of leap word is also changed. The right spelling of leap is Leap. A is delete here. It leap, it jump again and again on you to eat you. मीन्स पोइट कह रही है कि अगर आप कैजुअली घूम रहे हैं, ऐसे ही लापरवाही में कहीं चले जा रहे हैं और तभी आप देखते हैं कि एक जंगली जानवर आपको दिखता है जिसकी स्किन पे सभी जगह स्पॉट बने हुए हैं, धब्बे बने हुए हैं चारों तरफ. एज सुन एज ही हैज़ लैप्ड ऑन यू, जैसे ही वो जानवर तुम्हें देखेगा वो तुम्हारे ऊपर कूदता है तो तुम समझ जाना कि ये लेपर्ड है. वो तो ये कह रही है कि तुम अगर चिल्लाते हो, क्राई करते हो पेन से, तुम्हें दर्द होता है उसके अटैक करने से, तो उसका कोई बेनिफिट नहीं है क्योंकि वो तुम्हें छोड़ने वाला नहीं है. ही विल ओनली लीप एंड लीप अगेन, अगेन एंड अगेन वो आपके ऊपर जंप करेगा और आपको छोड़ेगा नहीं, आपको खा जाएगा. स्टूडेंट, इन दिस स्ट्रेंजा वी आर हैविंग सेम राइम स्कीम. व्यू, यू राइम टू ईच अदर. पेपर्ड, लेपर्ड राइम टू ईच अदर. Pain and gain rhyme to each other. So rhyme scheme is A B A B C C. Now see the literary device. Student, if you observe in first line, O vowel sound is prominent. In strolling, in forth, in you. In second line is also O prominent in whose, spot. In third line in soon. In on, in you. In fourth line you, know, leopard. So this is assonance literary device. Student, if you observe that in third line sa consonant sound is prominent in soon, in has. So this is as consonance literary device. In third line ha sound is used in beginning of two consecutive words in he has. So this is alliteration literary device. Student, what is the difference between consonants और alliteration? consonants में कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड कहीं भी रिपीट हो सकता है, स्टार्टिंग हो, मिड हो या लास्ट हो, लेकिन एलिट्रेशन में वो लेटर, वो कॉन्सोनेंट लेटर जो है वर्ड के स्टार्टिंग में ही यूज़ होता है. जैसे ही और हैज़ में हा साउंड स्टार्टिंग में आ रहा है. आई होप दैट यू हैव अंडरस्टूड. If you observe the last line, lap word is repeated. When any word is repeated, that is repetition literary device. Beside this, we are observing that words are, letters are omitted. So this is elision. And we are also having that poet is using poetic license here for changing the spelling of words. Let us see next stranger. If when you are walking round your yard means garden, you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, be sure it's a bear. If you have any doubt, I guess he will give you just one more caress. Means the poet is saying that if you walking in your garden and you meet a different type of creature, it is it is not like the previous stanza as he explained the dangerous creature. It is just similar to human beings. This is a mild animal who hug you, who embrace you very hard, very tightly. Be sure it's a bear. You will sure that it's a bear. If you have any doubt, if you feel that it is not bear, you can guess he will give you just one more caress. Caress means loving touch. पोएट कह रही है कि अगर आप कभी अपने आंगन में घूम रहे हो, अपने गार्डन में घूम रहे हो और अब एक डिफरेंट टाइप के क्रिएचर से मिलें और वो आपको हग कर ले, आपको गले से लगा ले, आपको एक झप्पी दे हार्ड करके, बहुत टाइटली पकड़ ले आपको, तो आप श्योर हो जाना कि ये भालू है। इफ़ यू हैव एनी डाउट, अगर आपको फिर भी इसमें कोई डाउट है तो आप इसको गैस कर सकते हैं कि वो बार बार आपको करेस, बार बार लविंग टच करेगा, बार बार प्यार करता रहेगा। स्टूडेंट, हियर द पोएट इज गिविंग यू दैट bear touch you, caress you, but it is also harmful. Don't think that the bear will not hurt you, bear will not attack on you, it will injure the people. So be careful when you are going near to bear. Let us see the rhyme scheme of this stranger. If you observe that yard rhyme to hard, there and bear, gas and caress. So same rhyme scheme, A, B, C, C we are having. Now see the literary device. Strand in first line, if we observe, W is repeated, Va sound is repeated in van walking. If two consecutive words are started same sound, consonant sound, that is alliteration literary device. In next line we can in next line, in this line we can observe that B, bear, ba sound is also here, so this is also alliteration literary device. In third line, who, hug, ha sound is here. Student, you will be confused that here is W, but we will count the sound. Who sound is here, ha sound is here, and in hug ha sound is here, so this is also alliteration literary device. Now see that E vowel is prominent in second line in meet, creature, there, so this is assonance literary device. Student, if you observe that first sentence, first line is continue without any punctuation mark in next line. Again the fifth line is continuing, sixth line without any punctuation mark. So this is enjambment literary device. Now see the next stranger. Though to distinguish beast of prey. Beast of prey means those animal who kill other animal for their food, that which are called beast of prey. A novice might nonplus the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smile, but if they weep, they are crocodile. The poet is saying that if though to distinguish beast of prey means those animals who kill to other animals, if you want to distinguish, if you want to identify them, what happened? The novice means who are not having any experience, they will be nonplussed, they will be confused, they will be puzzled. The crocodile you always may means you will say that animal crocodile. It may be hyena, ये hyena भी हो सकती है. Means an unexperienced person will not recognize whether it is crocodile or hyena. But now the poet is telling hyena come with merry smile. She is telling if it is smiling, if it is having merry smile, that is hyena. But if they weep, they are crocodile. If that animal, that beast of prey is crying, that is crocodile. स्टूडेंट इसमें टू एनिमल्स को की क्वालिटीज़ बता रही हैं, उनके डिफरेंस को हमें समझा रही है पोएट। वो कह रही है कि हम कैसे डिस्टिंग्यूज करेंगे ऐसे जानवरों को जो एक दूसरे को मार कर खा जाते हैं। अगर कोई नॉविस है, कोई नौसिखिया है, कोई बिना तजुर्बे वाला इंसान है, तो वो ज़रूर घबरा जाएगा, वो बिल्कुल एकदम पजल हो जाएगा, आश्चर्य में पड़ जाएगा। वो कभी भी क्रोकोडाइल होगा तो उसको हायना बोल देगा और हायना को क्रोकोडाइल बोल देगा। लेकिन वो अब क्वालिटी बता रही हैं कि हम हायना को कैसे पहचानेंगे, क्योंकि उसके फेस पर हल्की सी स्माइल होती है और क्रोकोडाइल हमेशा रोता रहता है। एंड यू हैव लिसन अ फेमस प्रोवर्ब दैट क्रोकोडाइल टीयर्स। व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द क्रोकोडाइल टीयर्स? मीन्स दिखावटी रोना। जो लोग नाटक करते हैं रोने का, उनके रोने को क्या कहा जाता है? क्रोकोडाइल टीयर्स। Hope you understood, student. Let us see the rhyme scheme of this stranger. Pray rhyme with main, non plus, thus rhyme to each other. Smiles and crocodiles rhyme to each other. So rhyme scheme is same, A, B, A, B, C, C. Now see the literary device. In second line, novice, non plus, two consecutive words are started with same consonant sound. So this is alliteration. In fourth line, da, thus, da sound is also repeated. This is also alliteration. We can observe that first sentence is continue in second line without any punctuation mark. Third sentence is continue in fourth line without any punctuation mark. So this is enjambment literary device. Hope, student, that you have understood the explanation or literary device, rhyme scheme. We will continue our explanation in third part of this poem. Thank you, student. Have a good day. Bye-bye.